The gilded knight, splendid, cruel, and alone, delivers a summons to the carpeted throne. A seer's portent of unquiet within heights infernal, bought dearly with hope's flame, quenched eternal. Welcome back, everyone, to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is our Mythic Bastionland Adamant Expanse campaign. This is episode 5. My name is John. I am the referee for the evening, and going around the horn tonight we have...
Hello, I am Mike, and I'm playing Sir Malachy the Bloody Knight.
Hello, I'm David, and I'm playing Sir Meridian, the Mirror Knight.
And normally we'd be having Matt playing Sir Brunor the Iron Knight and Ted playing Sir Aurelius the Dove Knight, but they are both dead to us tonight. That's right, we have a dynamic duo episode. This time it's the two Westerners in the house. I sit alone upon my throne on the East Coast. And
oh, are you sleepy, John? It's so early over here.
Sun's still shining in the west.
Are you on your throne? Like the porcelain throne.
Okay. So, thank you everyone for watching and are listening. Please don't forget to do your solemn duty, which is to like and subscribe on YouTube and hit that bell icon to get notifications every time we publish new material. Hype, comment, the whole 9 yards. Leave comments on Spotify or podcast your choice. Leave reviews on Apple Podcasts. If you got a few extra bucks, hook us up with a Patreon subscription. You will get access to our exclusive paid tier subscription only Return to Dolmenwood campaign, which is ongoing as we speak. Thank you to David for doing all of the art, animation, and graphics for our Mythic Bastionland overlay, as you can see before you if you are watching. And thank you to all of our patrons. We really do appreciate it. Okay, all that out of the way. What happened last time? So Mike wasn't here. Sir Malachy wasn't here, but he did listen, so he's aware of what's going on. But Sir Meridian will well remember that you followed the tracks of the rider of the giant peacock back to a farmstead, a small little farmstead, where you found the owner of said peacock, because a member of the Sidereal Guard, which is the Queen's personal knightly guard, a man by the name of Sir Ogan, the Gilded Knight, wearing all gold with a gold mask.
Real charmer.
Very much a charmer. And he was very happy to get his peacock steed Capo returned to him. So though he was a bit on the condescending side, to say the least, he was actually genuinely pleased and thankful and grateful for you managing to save his poor steed, returning to him. So in return, he gave you some suggestions for how to restore your vigor, because Sir Meridian was basically down to 0, and Samson, the master brewer of the Sundown Highworks and Meadery, also is suffering from a mysterious illness. So he told you that you could go to Actopeion, the seat of power, or you could follow a lead towards a child's legend, which is Mother Pip, who apparently lives in some sort of nature-dedicated chapel somewhere within the Sundowns. To perhaps restore your vigor. And he also told you that he himself was questing for a place called the Blossom Pool, which you had never heard of. He said that he had business in 10 turrets, but you don't know how the Blossom Pool actually ties in with that. Anyways, you left him. Oh, I'm sorry. And very important, during that visit with Sir Ogan, you were actually presented with an official summons by the Queen to attend her at Sceptremass in order to reaffirm to state your vows of fealty to her, along with all the other vassals of the realm. So then you headed south and you went to the spectral seer, who was found at the Iris of the World Sanctum, which was a cavern behind a beautiful waterfall that was the light through which was reflected on the quartz walls of the sanctum. You found out that the seer's desire is to become manifest in the flesh, because it's spectral right now, and it required a living sacrifice in order to. It requires living sacrifices to continue his journey towards a full manifestation. So it was unwilling to give you any portents unless you sacrifice something. But you also learned that it would only make portents related to death, either in the past, present, or the future. So there were some arguments about what the best course of action was, and in the end, very sadly, Sir Brunor sacrificed his horse, his steed, named Hope, over the waterfall, which pleased the spectral seer greatly, and gave you the following portent. He told Sir Brunor to look at his scabbard, which is the scabbard that sort of sometimes shows things about nearby myths. And it showed 2 peaks, abstract mountains. And he said, it shows the gates of dawn. They tremble with fury even as we speak. The sentinel of the peaks measures us all and finds us wanting. His disciples will come and warn us all of the extinction to follow. So that was the Spectral Seer's portent of future death that you bought with that horse's life. You all restored your clarity. So if anyone's down clarity, you should restore that. You get restored clarity from guidance from a seer. And that's where we left it. We decided that we were going to skip ahead directly to Sceptremass. A major time skip, right? So that said, it is spring still. It's the middle of this, exact middle of spring now. So we'll call it morning time. Mike, you're going to be the night marshal for the group, although it doesn't really matter for a dynamic duo episode. Let's switch over to Miro real quick. And let's place these guys. So I moved the horse to Actopeion, which is the seat of power of the realm. Okay. Right there. What I'm going to say is enough time has passed, although it hasn't been that long, but maybe like a week, maybe a couple of weeks or something like that. In the intervening journey through what's called the Dark Holt, which is that forest that is between Actopeion and the Iris of the World. You probably were able to actually spend some time in warm hospitality, like finding farmers and woodsmen and stuff like that who are willing to give you their hospitality. So I'm going to say that all of your vigor is restored, and we will get rid of these crows off the thing if I can do so here. Say goodbye to the crows, everyone.
My crows.
And we'll put him back in his default spot.
Also, just one thing is, I think David is Night Marshal tonight, actually, and I'm on Conquerors.
You're right. Sorry. Yes.
David, you're the boss.
Either way, baby.
Okay. So in the intervening weeks, what I'm going to say is Sir Brunor, even though Matt is not present, when we pick up, if you're still in Actopeion, he still doesn't have a suitable steed. All right. He was probably offered one, perhaps on the journey, but it wouldn't be anywhere near like knightly enough, right? Like not trained for him specifically. So he is, although he takes good care of the animal, whatever he has, he's probably on the lookout for something else. We'll let Matt decide. Maybe he wants to take this horse that like a farmer offered him and train him into something grander. But for now, it's very much one of the topics of conversation that runs through the streets of Actopeion is this new group of knights who have entered in, and one of them, one of the grimmest of the four, is without a suitable steed. It's kind of a noted thing. The other thing that's happened in the meantime is that good old drunk Davith has sobered up and has fully accepted by this time the role of squire to Sir Malachy. So, Sir Malachy, I want you to actually roll me a D6 and a D12 and tell me the two separate numbers.
Okay. D6 and a D12. Whoa, my D12, it finally gets used. Poor little unloved die. Okay. My D6 is a 4 and my D12 is an 8.
An 8. Okay. Okay, so so this is the edge that your squire has determined randomly. All right, so this gives the Davitz a little bit of flavor. So he has shown some skill in singing, rousing tunes. So he is a balladeer, is what he's rising to become. Any who hear Davitz singing get minus 1d6 on their spirit save whenever they make that save for wavering morale. All right, so basically they have a morale penalty whenever he's singing things.
Wait, I'm sorry, they're penalized by him singing?
Yes, like the enemies are penalized whenever he is singing, okay. Right? Yeah.
A scald type.
Right, not like his friends, like,
yeah,
we're totally gonna die, we're totally gonna die.
That's the way I'm going to read it anyways.
Okay, cool.
Where is, hold on. Okay, so what I want you to do is roll 2d6 3 times.
Okay.
And add up the each, like just roll 2d6, tell me what you get.
Okay, so the first one is an 8.
Okay, that's his vigor.
Okay. His clarity is a 9, if that's what that's for.
Yep.
Whoops. Stupid pencil just broke. Clarity. And then finally, his spirit is a 6.
Okay. And he has 1 guard.
Okay.
And he rides a pony, which has stats, but I'm not going to bother until we actually need him. And he has a dagger. And then he has 1 extra piece of equipment. Roll me a d6.
3.
He has a hatchet, which is a d6 weapon.
And dagger is a d4?
D6.
D6, okay.
Okay.
But he can
now,
go cut wood with it.
Both of those are not hefty. So whenever a weapon actually doesn't have a trait, that means it's just it's just a normal one-handed thing. So he could actually wield the hatchet and a dagger at the same time.
Got it.
And attack with both. And just so you know, whenever Davith if he does become knighted at some point, they gain a d6 in every virtue. So you get to add a d6 in every virtue to kind of make them.
Well, he's already got far more clarity than me, so maybe he's actually the boss.
So he's very much overcome his drunkenness than if he's got more clarity than you.
Yeah, like I have a 3 clarity, so he's like
brutal.
He's like, well, actually, should we try it this way?
Okay, so we have skipped forward ahead in time, and we are in Sceptremass. Let's set the scene real quick with a little bit of, let's see what's going on with the weather. Oh, where are you? Well, that's pretty nice for Sceptremass. It's bright and warm. So a bright, clear day. Okay. Actopeion. You are in the great city. When I say city, it's relatively small compared to what you might think, right? But it's still the largest settlement here by far in the Adamant Expanse. So you came upon it. You saw over the harbor, looking northwest over the Lake Arnile, the famous Carnaline beacons, which light the approach from Lake Arnile in these huge red bricked breakwater sort of points, which were also lighthouses as well, that lead the ships into the massive safe harbor that Actopeion encircles. It is known for a number of things, for a number of structures as well. It's known primarily for its great library and academic institute known as the Papyral Labyrinth. All right, so it is the greatest seat of learning in the realm as well. It has many ancient, decrepit fountains in all of its many squares and plazas. All are defunct and are from the times of Empire. But the technology and engineering needed to activate them and make them working has long fallen away, and no one really knows how anymore. So they're all dried up, and they tend to be looked upon with askance, as if cursed, because it's a remnant of Empire. The only working fountains are at Daystar Keep, which is the grand fortress and castle, which houses the queen, her court, and the sidereal guard. The sidereal guard is supposedly, you have not been there yet, convenes in a chamber deep below Daystar Keep, which encircles the sidereal arc, which contains the actual piece of the Daystar, whatever that may be, and that is what the Meteor Knight, Sir Astrid, guards at all times. So in Queen Ingelmara rules upon the carpeted throne of Actopeion, another name for which you don't really know why it's called that. So picture a rather large town that is dominated by a squat but elegant looking fortress that has a little bit of palimpsest going on, where the lower levels of it are very much in the imperial style, and then much more rudimentary and practical built on top after the Wars of Worth, whenever Queen Ingelmara, well, actually her father, started to build on top of that. And it overlooks a wide town that sort of encircles a large bay. Behind the city to the east, it's dominated by two massive peaks. That is the sister spires of Boreas and Notos, otherwise known as the Gates of Dawn. All right.
And I'm sorry, that's these two guys on these hexes right here?
Mm-hmm. Yes, correct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then you can see that there is a river that actually runs from those mountains through the Gates of Dawn, and bisects the city and goes out into the bay. The Carnline beacons. Let's see. The other it's very much well known for its fishing industry as well on Lake Arnile, and there are along the breakers, there's an area called the casting board where a lot of fishers actually just sort of line up with their rods and just sort of cast it over onto into the bay itself. Of course, then there's lots of boats and all that kind of good stuff as well. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So,
can I ask a question something that you just kind of alluded to here? When you said that the fountains were Imperial make, they don't know how to make them. People look at them askance because they're Imperial. Is the Empire kind of viewed like negatively in the realm?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know why?
There was a massive overthrow of the Empire by the Queen's father, the Fisher King. Like a rebellion of the people, basically, and set up their own monarchy. However, there are a number of remnants of empire, mostly represented by the houses of the Tetracephalon, the four great noble houses who have old generational wealth that's been there for many, many, many centuries that are still there. In fact, Sir Ogun was a member of one of those houses. You never asked him which one. But he said that his ancestral home was in the Dark Holt, which was in that forested area. Anyways, so the town itself is in a different state than it normally would be in because of Sceptremass. So there are the dark blue, almost indigo banners that depict a 5-petaled stylized white orchid on top are fluttering from every windowsill and every banner, every rampart all around. So the city has this general impression of being like a dark blue because of all the waving banners. That is the insignia of Queen Ingelmara. The two peaks of the Gates of Dawn dominate everything that you see in the town as well. And there are numerous retinues of foreign, or not foreign, but just from places afar, moving through town with different livery and all that kind of good stuff, right? So lots of people on steeds, lots of servants wearing different kind of livery, and you know that all supposedly, if they decided to hold to their oaths, all 3 rulers of the various holdings and all the heads of the Tetracephalon should be in attendance here to reaffirm their vows. Okay. And any new knights in the realm are also, of course, required to come affirm their vows. So there are a number of things going on here, and you can kind of determine I'll let you guys determine how you want to address some of these things, or if you want to. There's there's at feasts like this, there's usually like some ceremony, there's some spectacle, and there's also some revelry. So there is how do we want to do this? The ceremony is you have like a lot of you have the rulers go up and reaffirm their vows, and you were to be expected to be in attendance at that ceremony. Okay, so we can do that if you want. There's also some spectacle. So everyone's got their best clothing on, all that sort of stuff. There's usually some sort of performance. At this particular Sceptremass in Actopeion, there is something called the Hunt for the Black Boar of Darkholt. Whoever slays it is granted the crushed crown of Mordigant Rex, who was the last emperor. and whoever slays the beast keeps it safe until the next Sceptremass. That's sort of indicative, symbolic of the hunting down of the coward Mortigant Rex as his forces left him alone, and he was ridden down by the conquering Fisher King.
Nice.
And then Revelry, a lot of the feasts here for Sceptremass particularly are dominated by the delicious fruits in the surrounding areas. So all the tables are with lots of different fruits. Sweet is sort of the name of the game for this feast. And also, as part of revelries, there's a lot of pranking that goes on. The townsfolk, as is common, and you see this as you're sort of moving through town, often form many little parades and lines, holding up amusing effigies of the nobles of the realm who are actually in town right now. And it's like known as the one time a year when they are permitted to ridicule their superiors without any chance of repercussion, at least during the feast itself. So there's that, and then of course the other than the reaffirmation ceremony, the really big deal is that, of course, Queen Ingelmara has called a tourney, a grand melee, which then gets winnowed down to just a few jousters. So
nice.
There's a chance for knights to win glory or to lose glory, depending. If you are the tourney winner, you will gain the title Knight Paramount of Sceptremass.
How frisky are you feeling there, David?
Listen, I got 6 vigor and a whole lot of verve. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, you got your vigor back, right? You marked that down?
That is my max vigor.
Oh.
What's your max vigor?
11.
Yeah, I thought as much. Alas. One thing I just wanted to call out, Mike, since you weren't here last session, we started at the top by mentioning it, but because now we have the understanding that the Gates of Dawn are contextual to Actopeion, the Seers, just to reiterate it, the Seers premonition or cryptic line was 2 peaks, the Gates of Dawn. They tremble with fury even as we speak. The sentinel of the peaks measures us all and finds us wanting. His disciples will come and warn us all of the extinction to follow. This I foresee. This knowledge is my gift to you. This is the Death Seers premonition.
Right.
That only relates to death. We are now in Actopeion, bracketed by the Gates of Dawn. I just want to point that out. Well, kind of load our mind. I don't know what that.
When I was listening to, isn't the Meteor Knight the guardian of the Gates of Dawn?
The Meteor Knight is the guardian of, because I wrote this down, the Sidereal Arch.
No, so
I misunderstood.
Yeah, it's a sidereal arc.
Arc,
right? Like the Ark of the Covenant.
Arc, not
right?
arch.
The sidereal arc, which contains in it, just picture the Ark of the Covenant. It contains within it something called the Day Star. Right,
gotcha.
And he guards that at all time. His name is Sir Astrid. You all had a vision of Sir Astrid.
Yes.
Right. And you also know that is the figure that the Watcher of the Citadel said is the destined future that she is trying to protect, is that the Meteor Knight must leave the realm.
Interesting. And they are in Daystar Keep, etc., etc. So this is very interesting. Okay.
Okay. So where do you want to start then, Knight Marshal? Should we go and present ourselves to the Queen? Should we go join like the parade in town? Like,
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think organically we would be a part of the parade before even reaching the Queen. So why not enjoy the reverie a little bit and sort of peek around and see what we see? There's the pranking going on. There are effigies. I think it'd be lovely to walk through the streets and get a sense of the tenor of the festivities. Is that something that sounds good to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in the process of moving towards,
well, I think to your point, it's also a really good way to kind of like gather some information, right? We still don't know if the Queen is a good guy or a bad guy.
True.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you sort of like winding your way up to Daystar Keep and kind of joining in with the masses and all that. So you stand out. There's no two ways about it, right? It's assumed, by the way, that you for Sceptremass, even though it wouldn't normally be the case when you're in town, that you can keep your armor on as part of the ostentation that is expected during a ceremony like this. Normally, you wouldn't. But you're on your steeds. You're lurking every inch the knights as you're kind of moving around. So a lot of people just tend to form lines around you rather than you sort of finding lines yourselves. But that said, yes, you do see a number of these effigies pop up. One of them that you see in a couple of places is it takes you a little while to realize that it's who they're depicting, but they're depicting Sir Brunor. And it takes you a while because no one knows what Sir Brunor really looks like. But word has traveled that the Iron Knight is abroad in the realm. So most of the effigies are of a fully armored and closed helm, black iron sort of thing. Very much like not what Brunor actually looks like. But it was sort of like the Black Knight from Monty Python, right? Sure. He is depicted, and he's, once again, this is an effigy sort of thing, like a puppet, marionette sort of. He's being hoisted up, and he is depicted riding on the back of a long-suffering squire instead of a steed, right? And people are parading him around as like the horseless knight.
I love it. Clip, clap, clip, clap, clip, clap, clip, clap. Yeah, for sure. The horseless knight. That's great.
There's a lot of that's kind of going around. You also see there's one that seems to be very, very popular that you see in a number of different iterations is a lord who is depicted as if he's got like tree branches and leaves stuck in his hair, like he doesn't mean to, like it's like it looks kind of goofy. And he is dragging in tow two children, one girl and one boy, and the boy is always depicted as if it's staring daggers into the father's back and always has like a little knife over his shoulder. And the girl is holding on to her father's hand, and she is hideously ugly and is always attempting to hide in the shadows behind her father. That's how it's always depicted. And the father's depicted as gruff and powerful, and but very much like an emperor's new clothes sort of thing. Like doesn't really realize like what's behind him, like the two children behind him.
Okay. And have we, like in our travels from like Rick and Cott, found like any kind of legends or any stories or any gossip that might indicate like who this is?
No, you haven't. Not in your journey so far. But I would say you would quickly learn from just the general gossip in the town. And it does kind of, there's one, I can't remember where it was mentioned. I think it might have been the Sundown Hiveworks where they mentioned like what to look for in Actopeion when you were there. But you have a feeling that this might be a representation of the Lord Todenstern, who is the Lord of Allstone Keep to the northwest. I mean, to the northeast. He is the Queen's older brother.
Okay. So apparently he has some kids that are not awesome.
There is one that an effigy that's being paraded around of a hideous leper, like wrapped in blood-soaked rags, right, covered his face, but dripping with jewels, and these, of course, are just playthings that have been draped over the effigy. So, but he's ostentatious with jewelry that's not doing a good job of hiding his leprosy. Hunched over, and as he's dragged through the crowd, he actually spills out jewels from underneath his robes. And they're just sort of plaything, like toys sort of crap. But the kids love it, who are following in the wake. And sort of like Mardi Gras, like every once in a while, that effigy like tosses jewels to the crowd, and they love it. You have no idea who that might be.
Can I have question? I was just going to have Davith like try and work the crowd and try and figure out if he could get us some of the information of who these people are. Because if we ask, we make note, right? But if he's like our squire, he might be able to be like, "Oi, who's that then?" To someone in the crowd.
Sure.
I have a speculation as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The Lord with branches and leaves in his head, Lord Totenstern, eldest brother of the Queen, may not be dragging his children behind him in this effigy, but the Queen and his younger brother. Just something to put out there. That I could be totally off mark there, but I'd be curious if the sort of the ugly young girl has any semblance and affect to the seemingly disliked Queen. But I don't know.
It's too abstract to kind of know, right? It's more like a little puppet sort of thing. But
sure, interesting. Okay, what else do we learn from the Squire?
So he'll confirm that the first one was Lord Totenstern. The rumor is, then it's a little bit scandalous because the little girl figure has been a figure at Sceptremass so many times over the past couple of years, and everyone assumes that is his, although he never has fully admitted it, is his illegitimate daughter named Emine.
I see. I was wrong.
But the real scandal is who the little boy is. And everyone's dying to know who that may be. And rumors are running rampant that there must be something afoot in Allstone Keep. And that a secret that Lord Totenstern wanted to be kept very, very secret may actually be out there. But no one is actually sure what exactly that little boy represents.
Interesting.
The most common thing is that it's another illegitimate child, and that if so, then where does the succession lie with Allstone Keep? How does that change up the succession? Because apparently, Lord Totenstern doesn't have any legitimate children.
Interesting.
The old goat.
You get confirmation from Davith that the leper who's spilling jewels everywhere is a representation of Master Fallowfield, who is the nouveau riche ruler of the town of 10 Turrets, wealthy in the extreme, but does not come from noble blood.
Is he actually a leper, or is his like horrible demeanor because he's not a noble?
But according to rumor, he is actually a leper.
Okay.
And the last thing that you see a couple of different places with the effigies is a boat, like a seafaring boat. And ridiculously large inside that boat, of course, is a strong female figure standing at the prow, like George Washington crossing the Delaware, right? Looking forward all the time, and with a steely gaze ahead of her, but she can't see that. And it's kind of cool the way they did the effigy with like wires and things like that, where there's a bunch of gulls with red bloody beaks that are constantly swooping in and taking little pieces of her. As she bounces along the streets. She seems unaware of all the goals,
Queen.
all the goals pecking at her. And you get rumor from that is the one and only Lady Ruin, who is known as the chief builder of Scour Salt.
None of my guesses have been correct. I want everyone to beat the Queen. I gotta chill out.
There does not seem to be any effigies of the Queen.
Interesting. Okay, so Lady Ruin, the what was the last part? Sorry, I'm taking notes.
She is the chief builder of Scour Salt.
Scour Salt, thank you.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
Do you know where Scour Salt is?
You do not.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot of really interesting representations of the personalities we may soon interact with. That's very cool, or at least caricatures of them in the people's eyes. I think we just proceed forward to the keep at this point. Yeah.
So I'm basically like, I don't have a set, like, this is what happens now. And then, we don't have a program for Sceptremass.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
So I'm leaving it up to you guys how you want to sort of enjoy things, right? So, or do things or whatever you want to do. So I'm leaving it up to you.
Well, I would like to go to the keep at this point and go present ourselves to the Queen. This long awaited thing that we've been trying to do.
Okay. So you go to Daystar Keep?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So you make your way in. There's a lot of ceremony You wait for the appointed time and all that kind of good stuff. But the first thing that you are directed to do is in a grand building that's sort of been annexed to Daystar Keep, are these baths, public baths, that are known as the Baths of Endremos. And in these baths, they have been shut to the public for the day, and all what's the word? Not penitents. People who come to the throne. What's the word? It starts with a P.
Yeah, I know the words you're talking about.
Yeah. Dang it.
Prostrators. Anyways, I don't know. They're laying prostrate to I don't know what it could be.
Anyways, all the people who are going to reaffirm their oaths are required to go into the Baths of Endremos and be washed.
Postulants.
Thank you. Yes. Postulants. Thank you. All postulants must be washed according to ritual by a number of servants, so that you may cleanse thyself and approach the queen in like a ritual white robe, unarmed. You okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. So you get that done. And so you're dressed in a very simple but well-made white robe, and you are brought forth. You enter into what's called the Fisher King's Hall. The entire court is assembled there. People and faces that you have never seen before, never seen in this grandiose affair. The hall itself has obviously been refurbished from imperial times, and but refurbished in a way that actually makes it look a little bit dusty and old and ill-used. There's a number of practical things inside it as well. Like I'm not explaining it, but it's a little bit run down, but it's been gussied up in general on the main sort of approach to the throne itself. And the court is lined up on either side. There's a huge rug that kind of walks down the entire thing. The balustrades are draped with massive, heavy tapestries of a variety of colors, and they all lead down and actually come off the balustrade at the far end and drape down on top of the throne itself, draping it in a multi-layered amount of different carpets, and thus it is the carpeted throne of Actopeion. And the designs of all of these tapestries are wildly different from other cultures, and the rumor is that these were taken as prizes of battle and conquest from ages past, and displayed upon the carpeted throne. The queen sits atop of it. She, Queen Ingelmara, is regal, but it's a little bit anticlimactic, and that she's a rather slight figure and obviously of ill health. Pale skin. She's wearing the simple white robe that you are wearing as well, and a small silver circlet around her brow, but she has a white blindfold on her eyes. And you can see that there is, the red sort of puckering on coming out from both of the eyes. Right, like a little bit of like veiny puckering on either side, and across her lap is a blade that is not a blade. The famous pulchrin, the empty blade, sits across her lap as she sits atop the carpeted throne, and she's just kind of staring straight ahead. And there are the lords of the realm are all there. You can recognize them from their effigies. That you can see that there was a lot of hyperbole and exaggeration done with the effigies, but the figures themselves are all attended by a massive amount of people, and they go up one at a time to reaffirm their vows. What they do is each one of them goes up to the queen, and they kiss the hilt of the empty blade, because you don't want to kiss the blade itself. And they reaffirm their oaths by saying, on this day of Sceptremass, I pledge anew my arms, my kin, and my counsel to you, my queen. I shall be your loyal vassal in times of war and in times of peace. I will hold your secrets safe, execute your laws with honor, and stand between your enemies and the throne. And they just say this very rote-like, as if they've done it many, many times over the years. And the queen accepts, and they just simply walk back and take their place amongst the crowd. Finally, they call you forth. Okay? It's a herald that's calling you forth. They announce you one at a time. And the queen, as you step forth before her, I assume you bow?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Are we doing one at a time? Are we shoulder to shoulder? How does this look?
We can do shoulder to shoulder. It's fine.
Yeah.
That makes it easier. She has a voice. Up to this point, she has not said anything or anything that you could hear. Her voice is very, very soft, as if it's coming from a throat that has been wounded. And I'm not going to try to mimic that here, because when I do it, my noise cancellation actually takes some of my words away. But picture it as if she's whispering to you, but the whisper sort of carries strongly. And she's staring straight ahead, so obviously you can't see her eyes, so she's not making eye contact with any of you. And she says, anointed by seers afar, and newly come to the Adamant Expanse, your names are already known to us, fair knights. Approach the carpeted throne, sirs.
Okay. Have we already did the pledge? Because I don't remember it. So I'm assuming I had time to remember it, watching everybody else do it.
You're not going to do what they did. They're reaffirming pledges of vassalage.
Oh, so we have to. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
She'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. She'll do Sir Meridian first.
Of course.
This time, her head sort of senses where she seems to sense where you are. Okay, and she beckons you to approach. And even though her eyes are blindfolded, she seems to be looking right at you. At this point, she leans forward in the carpeted throne, and she pulls the blade until it's point down. And you're very, very close to Pulcherin now, and you can feel power emanating from that direction. You can't tell, Sir Meridian, if you're feeling it from Pulcherin, from the Queen Ingelmara, or the throne itself, or maybe a combination of all three, but there is a palpable sense of very, very real power emanating off in that direction. Your eyes are, even though you're on one knee and sort of head bowed, looking up from underneath your brow, you're looking at the blade, and the blade is just a void, like a slash that's rent through reality. It's extremely unnerving when you're this close to it. And she says to you in a very, very quiet voice, it sounds like it's right in your ear, and she says, speak to me of a treasured memory from your homeland, Sir Meridian.
Oh, okay. Well, at the center of my village ran a brook whose waters nourished all of my people, yet few of them speculated over their origin. On my 14th name day, I set out on a journey to find it, and many days passed before eventually I arrived at a humble pond whose surface danced like the sun. And the answer to my long-held curiosity was before me. Famished from my journey, I cast a line into the waters and hoping to feed myself after a day's earned hunger. And sure enough, a little time passed before I was hardly pulled to water's edge. A great struggle ensued with what I was certain must be an enormous beast, till opalescent scales shimmered below water's surface, and with one last hoist, a humble fish emerged gasping for air. It was only then that I noticed that the blood from my mouth was dripping upon it, and knew, as I must have always known, that I had to return the fish to the water. I did just that, and returned to my home hungry, yet still full.
The empty knight, the queen, she raises Pulcherin up about 6 inches off the stone floor, and then she slams it into the floor. You can hear a screeching that is not just the screeching of metal against stone. It's like reality crying out as it is rent asunder. And as it does so, there is a resounding crack of thunder that kind of resounds through the hall. Everyone sort of jumps. Everyone in the court sort of jumps. And so Meridian, as you sort of exhale that last speech about the fishing, you feel the air sort of sucked out of your lungs, those words sort of taken from you and sliced away completely as if they never existed. Mm-hmm. And she says, "These words are shorn from you, knight. Hereafter, your words and deeds will be part of the legacy of the Adamant Expanse and service to the Sedentant Temporis of the Carpeted Throne." And as she says these words, that memory sort of fades away into nothingness until it no longer exists. And she looks at you again, and you swear you could see her eyes, but you can't. And she says, "Do you swear fealty to the Sedentant on the Carpeted Throne, and thus tie yourself inextricably to the land?"
Wow. Time out. Damn. I have to say yes. That was wild, though. Okay. I do, my liege.
Then restate your oaths.
I don't remember. I didn't write it down quick enough earlier.
No, this is the Mythic Bastionland ones, right? This is
the Mythic oaths, not the ones I heard earlier. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. Now I'm panicking. Honor the Seers, protect the realm.
Seek the myths.
Seek the myths. Honor the Seers, protect the realm.
Then rise, knight of the realm.
Mm.
And she leans back and puts the sword on her lap again. And she says, "Come forth, Sir Malachy."
Man, now I got to follow that. That's not cool, turn. Dude. I had a great birthday party when I was 8. No,
that's fine. You do not have to. We saw the main thing, but she says,
I want to do it.
Yes, she says the same thing to you. Approach the carpeted throne. Speak to me of a treasured memory from your homeland, Sir Malachy, bloody knight.
Okay. Bloody is my office, but bloody was my origin. As a youth, we lived in a village that was under a tyrant's spell, and my most treasured memory is this axe, and I put it down in front of her, cleaving the head from the tyrant above us and freeing my village from the overlord.
You hear, with that one, you hear a number of the court. Actually, there's like a rumble through the court of general, like, fuck yeah. you get like a lot of, like, they really like that whole notion of anti-tyranny sort of speak. But I'll say, so Meridian, you have since retreated back into the line of the knights and all that kind of stuff. You're looking around at the court in general, a little bit stunned about what just happened, that a memory was taken from you and the oath that you just took. You notice that most of the court and all the common folk love what Sir Malachy just related, because it really speaks what's going on here or what has happened in the Adamant Expanse. But there are a lot of very stony, very unamused faces when Sir Malachy gives this resounding tale of anti-tyranny, and you can peg each one of them as members of the Tetracephalon. Right, the old noble houses are not happy with what Sir Malachy said. Meanwhile, up at the throne, she leans forward, puts the point of the empty blade on the stone. After you relate that, she says, "These words are shorn from you, and you have no more memory of that, Sir Malachy. Your hatred is not lessened, but you don't have any memory of fighting against tyranny in your homeland. Hereafter, your words and deeds will be part of the legacy of the Adamant Expanse and service to the Sedentant Temporis of the Carpeted Throne. Do you swear fealty to the Sedentant and thus tie yourself inextricably to the land?"
I do.
Restate your oaths, knight.
I promise to seek the myths, honor the seers, and protect the realm.
Rise, Knight of the Realm. And they do it again with Sir Aurelius and Sir Brunor. Sir Davith is a few steps behind you, just with mouth agape at the whole proceedings. And as you sort of step back as a group, the Queen doesn't make any motion or anything like that, but there's an unspoken sort of moment where everyone stands up and gives you a resounding cheer, like "Welcome to the Realm" sort of thing. So now you are Knights of the Realm. To be clear, you are not members of the Sidereal Guard.
Right.
But you are now beholden to the Sedentant Temporis, which currently is Queen Ingelmara. Okay, so that was the ceremony, and we are past time for our first break, so why don't we do that real quick? We will be right back. Okay, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, so you guys are officially Knights of the Realm now. You have been presented before the Sedentant Temporis, the Queen Ingelmara of the Carpeted Throne, and the entire court. All the rulers of the holdings have seen you swear those vows to her. And everyone knows who you are now, right? So rumors start to spread rapidly throughout the city about the new knights that have arrived. They start to tie it to the legends of what happened in the Northwest weeks or months ago with the sightings of the Citadel and what the Seers have been telling people and yada, yada. So, your reputation is starting to increase now in town. However, you are still knights errant. You are still low in glory, but enough that you have one glory is enough for like your name to start to spread around a little bit. Okay, so is there anything you would like to do in town as part of Sceptremass or not?
So I don't understand the deal. I want to get Davith. I guess never mind. He's as equipped as you can get him, right? So let's just never mind. I'm going to pass that.
Okay. Do you want to try the hunt? Or you want to join the tourney? I don't know. What do you want to do?
I vote tourney.
You want to do tourney?
Mm-hmm. Or hunt? You pick, Knight Marshal.
No, I mean, I think the person with the load of vigor is going to be the most likely to succeed at either. But I think we should definitely participate in one of them. I think that we know that the benefit of the hunt is that we're given the sort of like crushed crown of the former emperor, right? And the benefit of the tourney is we're giving like a special a title, if I recall. I wrote in the notes.
The Knight Paramount of Sceptremass.
Knight Paramount.
You also have the chance to gain or lose glory, depending if you want to in the tournament.
I think we should do the tournament. Are they simultaneous, or can we do both, John?
You can do both.
Why don't we do the tournament first and then try the hunt afterwards?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
all right. Cool. Okay. So the tournament it takes place in a place called the Plaza of Waterless Tears. So this is an open space that's dominated by two of the famous dry fountains of Actopeion, one on either end of the plaza. Each has a centerpiece of an elaborately carved, enshrouded woman whose face is obscured by hands. And days long ago, the people tell you that water flowed from beneath their fingers into the basin in a sort of an act of weeping, but no more. So the Plaza of Waterless Tears. So this is normally just a plaza that you would walk through, but the lists and stands have been erected to encircle these two fountains, and they act as the termini of the list themselves now. Understand? All right, so there's huge crowds, like all, picture your typical medieval tourney.
Yeah, sure, right? Sure.
In the main box, in the center, is the Queen Ingelmara wearing her blindfold, and she has Pulchrin across her lap. To her right is the Lord Totenstern, who looks like chiseled stone, but moves like water. Further down, next to Lord Totenstern, further away from the Queen, is the man who must must be known as Master Fallowfield, wasting away from leprosy, but doesn't shy away from the public. In fact, he's greeting everyone, shaking their hands. He has, and he's draped with finery of all sorts, although it looks actually very, very stylish compared to the effigies that were made of him. But he's dressed to the nines and is not afraid to show his leprous skin as he's plying the crowd and making jokes. And to the queen's left is Lady Ruin. She wears salt-stained sealskin long leathers and styles her red hair in multiple braids that resemble a ship's rigging. Shells are entwined throughout her hair as well, and she drapes herself with expertly carved and hollowed out scraps of driftwood, which clack quietly whenever she moves. And she is fearsome to behold. Lord Totenstern has a distinct resemblance to Queen Ingelmara, but a little bit older, right? Directly behind Lord Totenstern are two children. One is much younger than the other. One is about 8 or 9 years old. That is a little girl, very, very slight, dressed nicely, properly for the occasion, but just like a thin little slip sort of thing. And she looks healthy, dark-haired, bright-eyed, and is watching the proceedings with rapt delight. And next to her is a 14-year-old boy. This boy, you could tell that the girl, as it resembles Lord Totenstern a little bit. The boy resembles Lord Totenstern as well, but a little bit less, as if he might be favoring his mother, whoever that mother might be. He is dark-haired and dark-eyed and has a little bit of a sneer on his face that only 14-year-olds can muster. And he has his legs sort of kicked up on the back of the seat in front of him, which is probably his father's seat, if it's his father, and looks supremely disinterested in the goings-on. That little boy, looks over Lord Totenstern's shoulder, and as you kind of make your way into the crowds or wherever you're going, he makes eye contact with you, and his eyes narrow, this 14-year-old boy. None of the other lords do. Not out of disrespect, they just don't really know who you are, really, or don't deem you worthy enough to acknowledge you. So that's who's in the box. The tourney itself is 4 rounds. Okay, it starts with a grand melee of 32 participants. You would automatically be in that if you wanted to be, and then gets winnowed down to duels of 16. Then there is a semifinal joust of 8 contestants with the best of 3 passes. And then there is the final joust of 4 participants, the best of 5 passes. Whoever wins the best of 5 at the final is crowned the Knight Paramount of the Sceptremass. Okay? It appears when you sort of size up who's joining, it's a lot. The entire Sidereal Guard will be in attendance and fighting, as will Sir Astrid, the Meteor Knight, will also be in attendance. And there are a lot of hedge knights, landless knights, people who are just trying to prove themselves, and you, if you'd like, you would be a part of that 32. All right. So if you want to judge whether or not you would like to do this is the basic mechanical rules of how we do this. For the melee, you can choose a virtue of your choice, as long as you can narrate why that would be the virtue that you choose to win the melee. But you can make an excuse, right? Like clarity could be seeing, the step of your enemy before he sees you. Spirit could just be your indomitable will to fight through battle. Vigor would be your strength of arms, right? Something like that. So you could choose your virtue of choice and you make a save. And things could happen, success or failure. Same thing for the duel of 16. And then if you make it to the joust, we use the normal combat rules, but there are special rules that modify those combat rules for duels and jousts that are actually in the core rule book. Right. So basically everything is rolled and resolved simultaneously. Both combatants can use feats prior to resolution, and then you would resolve gambits at the same exact time. And the same thing would happen for the final joust of 4. Right. There is no chance of death. It's not going to happen.
Sure.
And you would be expected, of course, not to be sportsmanlike, that sort of thing.
Well, we have to participate, because to attend and not participate is to be completely unhonorable. I mean, why even show up, right?
Yeah, of course. I think we need to do this, and I don't think it's not necessary for us to win. We just have to make a good showing, right? So
I'm going to win.
Okay. So, John, my question, I guess, about the joust part. We don't have lances and stuff. Is that like?
So you'll be provided. Yeah, you'll be provided lances, and you'll be provided like jousting armor, right? So, let's see, I guess I would give you, so you would have like 3 armor, I think. So you would have like a plate, and then you would plate and gambeson and shield sort of thing, right? And then a lance. And if you didn't have a suitable steed, you would be given one. Obviously, Davith would squire for both of you. What was I going to say? You can't use your weird knightly abilities in any way that would give you an advantage in combat, right?
So Matt could not be like lopping off heads and stuff like that.
That's correct. Yeah, that would be really bad. Okay. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm down for both. Can I just thematically just have my brutal plate on? It doesn't actually give you like the full armor. It's only when you're wounded, but I would just like the look of that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm down to do this. I want to use my spirit as my indomitable will in the melee thing.
Okay. And David,
are you coming in, Dave?
I was going to do the same, but I have a 15 spirit and clarity. So for the sake of diversity, I will do my clarity for the lucid mind and the degree to which I can foresee my enemy's behavior before it occurs.
All right. I think what you and I should do is we should have an unofficial pact that we are going to like support each other, and until we're the last two. You know what I'm saying?
That's not honorable at all.
No, absolutely, it is.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So, all right. So what you're going to do is one at a time. You're going to make your save, your virtue save, and let's see what you get.
Okay.
You go first, Mike.
All right, cool. All right, so my spirit is a 14 and trying to roll under it, and I got a 4.
Okay, and Meridian?
My clarity is a 15. Rolling under, I have an 8.
Okay, so both of you are going to get out of you're going to advance from the melee with ease and flourish. Is there any sort of picture you want to paint about how that happens? There's 32 of you total. So all participants in the tourney are all there and right in the middle in between these two fountains, and they're just going at it, right?
Sure.
And it's just this is like the team sport thing. So it's like making alliances and breaking away and all that sort of stuff. So with successes like that, you would stand out in the way that you handled yourself in the melee. Like it's obvious that you are going to, stand out with your competence.
So I think the Mirror Knight being the Mirror Knight, I think I'm standing stoically at the center of the field as if unfazed by the chaos around me. And it is only when another knight approaches me with aggression that I take on the eerie behavior of a form of mimicry, where I'm sort of moving in the same way that they're moving, in almost an entrancing way, and then I deviate from it for my strike. So they're going, why is everything I'm doing
cool.
Rubber and glued? And then once they're kind of sort of like a snake charmer, like bewildered by that, then I take my strike to break that mirroring.
Awesome. I love it.
That's what I do.
Very, very idiomatic.
Every time I defeat an opponent, I dip my finger in like their blood, and I create like a hash mark on my chest.
Warhammer as hell. Yeah, yeah, sure.
The crowd loves it, of course. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you handle it like a lot of like nameless knights. Are eliminated in the melee. All the Sidereal Guard, Sir Astrid, advance. Okay. You okay, bud? Hold on. Had a little breathing issue. Give me 1 second. We're just going to dip out real quick.
Get Archie.
Okay. Sorry about that little break there. Poor Elvis was having a little bit of breathing issue there because of his French bulldogginess. He's doing okay. Okay. So, love it. All right. So yeah, the Sidereal Guard and all of like the really trained guys also advance into the duels of 16. So this is more where you are now sort of paired off against an opponent, but it's still a melee, right? So you're not mounted at all, but these are the best sort of looking to move forward into the joust. So we're going to do the exact same thing. You can pick a virtue of choice. It doesn't have to be the same one, but it can be. And you're going to make a save.
Sure.
So go ahead and let me know.
Mike, you first.
All right, I'm going to do the same thing, John. I'm going to use my spirit to try and intimidate people with my savagery.
Okay.
I made it, but only by 2, so I got a 12.
Okay.
I too am going to follow the same pattern, sort of ensorceling them with my movement and then taking them off guard. I'm rolling, and I got a 10, so I succeeded as well.
All right. So with pairing off, you as well advance easily into the joust segment as well. So let's see. Give me a second here. Give this a little bit more spice. 1, 2, 3, 6. Let's see. All right, so Sir Malachy, you handily defeat one member of the Sidereal Guard, and her name is Sir Sinara, and she is the Weaver Knight, and she was cautious, and she wraps herself, and if she had made it to the joust, she would have wrapped her horse as well in what's called hush cloth, which makes no noise. And her heraldry is it's a black crown in quarter with cross blades of wheat, and you see these cross blades of wheat on a number of different shields, usually by itself. All right, but but when it's quartered like that, it means it's like you have your own heraldry, but you're a member of that house. So she's ranked high enough that she has her own, obviously, because she's Sidereal Knight. And it's the black crown that marks her out. But the house, the cross blades of wheat, is House Chrysoros, and that is one of the tetracephalon houses.
The ones that were not pleased with my whole overthrowing tyranny.
That's correct. Yeah.
How do you say that? How do you spell the house number or the house?
Chrysoros is CHRYSOROS. Chrysoros.
Okay.
And remember, you were told that the Sidereal Guard is corrupt with the lesser sons and daughters of these houses, right? And she doesn't take it. She doesn't take the defeat well.
Oh. I'm sorry for her. Makes me feel bad.
She looks not so much that she doesn't like you. It's more that she seems to take it very hard on herself, that she herself could have done better, and she doesn't know why she didn't. That sort of thing. So she leaves in disgrace. And then some Meridian. You are facing. Let's see. You are facing another female knight of the Sidereal Guard. This is Sir Neolassa, and she is the Reliquary Knight of House Kuriotetkon. And
I will be able to spell all of those very well.
Her heraldry is a white bird over a silver anvil. The silver anvil is the symbol of House Kuriotetkon, another house of the tetracephalon. she is extremely intense and wields a war sickle in the melee. But you handily defeat her by mimicking her movements and then striking when she least expects it. She also is very, very sore about her loss, but she is blaming you. She is sure that you performed some sort of trickery and that the entire battle was merely a mockery of her.
It was. could you spell her name for me again? Sorry.
It's Neolassa. So actually I pronounced it wrong. Whatever. It's Nieloassa. Neolassa.
Gotcha. Heroic Knight. And just sorry, bookkeeping. I've just kept saying one of the 4 great houses because how do you spell the
Tetracephalon, like 4-headed. Tetracephalon.
Okay.
Right.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So the vibe you're getting, I'm not going to give massive lore dumps just for everything, but just sort of as you encounter it, right? So, House Chrysoros, which was Sir Sonara's house, is crossblades of golden wheat on green. So they are known for their wealth comes from the agriculture, farming, things like that, right? Kuriotetkon is a silver anvil on black. They are known for being at least the fortunes of the house were built on their mastery of craftsmanship. Remember, this stuff is like from the founding of the house, so they have many very different and interests that bring them income now. A lot of different. They probably cross a lot as well, like a Venn diagram sort of thing. But that's what they're known for, right? That's what they're associated with. Okay, so those are the 2 that you defeated. So you knocked out 2 of the Sidereal Guard. Now it's time for the joust. So the servants come in and they erect up the is it the list is the actual post, right?
I think so.
In the middle. Yeah. So they erect that as they clear the field. They drag off the wounded bodies from the melee, wash out the blood and all that kind of good stuff. And then the horses are brought in. This time there's the herald is going to introduce all of the riders, right? So and you are brought in with much fanfare. You have a big crest on your helm, the whole 9 yards, right? No one can actually see your face unless you raise it up to lower your lance towards the queen or what have you. So this is the semifinal joust of 8 and the best of 3 passes, right? So people are matched up, and let's see who you're going to be facing here. I'm going to say for the round of 8 that there's no chance that you 2 will be fighting against each other. But so let's see if your fate ends here with the semifinal one. So give me 1 second here. Who wants to ride first?
Mike, keep it up.
All right. Yep.
To Malachy? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean. It's the same thing, making a save, right, John? Or is this an actual combat now?
No, this is a combat.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
So now I just want to ask. So I have a shield and a lance. So you can use the shield for an armor point, or you can use it for a second die roll. Correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do I get a die roll for my horse, which has trample?
No. So trample's not a thing here.
Okay.
Yep. In your lance for both of you is D10 long. Okay.
D10 long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long doesn't really matter in this context. It's mostly just D10.
And the shield is a D4, correct?
Shield's a D4. That's correct.
Okay. So in order to do a gambit, you have to use your shield not for the armor, and you have to try and roll a 4 or higher, correct?
A 4 or higher for gambits. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And if you're not using it for that, then you're using it for an extra point of guard or armor.
Or for armor. Yeah, correct.
Okay. And we're using the tourney plate. So we're starting with 3 points of armor, and then plus the shield would be 4.
No, 3 total.
Okay.
So it would be if you don't use the shield for armor, you would have 2 armor.
But I have the plate, so I actually would have 3, correct?
No, each thing of armor gives you 1 point. So you have like plate, gambeson, and then
a helmet.
And
I have mail, helm, and the brutal plate, which is 2 points of armor, 3 if I'm wounded.
Mail, plate, helm. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So then I think I'm going to go ahead and use it for armor so that I can try to.
Oh, you don't even know who your opponent is here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You do have to fight a guy.
I know. I like to hit people, John.
Okay. You are going to be going up against Sir Ruan, the Banner Knight of House Poetes. This is an ambitious, up-and-coming sidereal knight. He disdains his own appearance. He has mud-spattered, beaten-up armor in favor of keeping his banner spotlessly clean. And it is, of course, attached to the tip of his lance so that it, as he marches forth, with his lance upraised, it's like fluttering behind him. It's a massively long thing. The banner features blue rings alternating with ink pots on a yellow field, like a golden yellow field. And the top of it is like a line of antlers that repeats across the top of it. All right. The ink pots are the giveaway that he is a member of House Poetes, who his normal heraldry is a quill and ink pot on red. They are known for their mastery of the arts, poetries, making, things like that. The one and only Sir Ogan, the Gilden Knight, is also a member of House Poetes. Sir Ogan, by the way, is the only member of the Sidereal Guard who is not in attendance at Sceptremass.
Is anybody talking about that? Is there any rumors about that or any whispering or?
No, there hasn't been actually. But Sir Ruan slams his muddy helm down and carefully takes off his banner, hands it gently to his squire, who carefully folds it and puts it away before he enters at the other end of the lists. And then the trumpet is sounded and your horses pound towards each other. All right. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to do... so what we're going to do is we're going to roll simultaneously. They are knights, so they also get... so Ruan also gets the feats. Be aware, most of the time your enemies don't. Right? And they can also use gambits.
Right. But just go ahead. No, I was just going to say, like, he's in the same boat, right? He's got the same kind of shield and the same kind of lance as me.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I am going to use Smite.
Okay. Smite is the feat, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you use it before rolling a melee attack. The attack gains a plus D12 or blast and pass Vig or become... Okay. Can I do the same thing?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So then I'm actually rolling... am I rolling a D10 and a D12? This was like a discussion on it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then I'm using the higher of the two for my damage. Okay. And I'm going to roll a D4 for a possible gambit.
So you're using your shield then?
Yeah, I'm using the shield. I'm doing a smite. All right. I got an 11 on my D12, an 8 on my D10, and a 2 on my D4.
Okay. So let's see. This happens simultaneously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 7 damage against you, and I'm going to use my 4 to attempt a dismount against you. So, what are you going to do again before we resolve it? What are you going to do against me?
Okay. So I'm going to use my 11. Does using a higher number for a gambit change the gambit at all? Like if I use the 11 for that on the gambit, you make it a higher level gambit and harder to resist, correct?
A strong gambit is 8 or higher.
Okay. I have 2 8s to roll with. So I'm going to do, or I have 2 things higher than 8. So I'm going to do 1 for a dismount, for a strong dismount. And I'm going to do the 11 for damage, I guess.
Okay. So I need you to make me a Vig save.
Okay. I got a 14 and my vigor is 11.
14, your vigor
So
is
that's a
11,
fail.
So you failed it. Okay. And he can't save against your strong gambit. Let's see. Actually, hold on. I got to get a piece of paper and so here.
So we both knock each other off.
You do, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. You did how much again?
I did 11 in damage.
11. So it's going to be. So Vegas. Okay, so you definitely wound him. Get through his armor and his guard. But you don't. Again, if I use wounded or mortally wounded, that isn't actually the case, right?
Yeah, we're not done.
Just really screwed up. Okay, and then he is going to fall out as well, and then my guy's going to do 7 to you, so minus 3 for your armor.
Minus 3 for my armor and 3 for my guard, so I take 1.
So you're down, you're 1 into your vigor, so you're also wounded.
Okay.
But yeah, he takes the worst of the 2 hits. So you both ram into each other. Okay. You catch him at an odd angle. And so you, as he sort of rides by at the same time that he hits you with your lance, you are, your lance sort of catches on his shield. So you kind of are pulled out of your saddle. You yank on your horse's reins, and your horse goes down, and you manage to catch yourself free just before it crushes your legs. But your lance is up at an angle, and it goes right through his shield and picks him bodily up off the horse and slams him to the ground like a crunch. You can hear like crunching bone, and both of you are both dazed for a second as you're crawling through like the muck. The horses run away, and you have to pull out your actual weapons now.
Okay. All right. Well, then that actually is less. Oh, we have to make our vigor saves too for our smites.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Good point.
Okay. And so now I'm doing that save off of my new vigor score, correct? Like my lower vigor score.
I failed.
All right, cool. I got a 4 and I needed a 10 or lower.
Okay. So you still have it. He doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. So he's going to pull out a sword.
Okay. I call Davith and he brings me my axe.
Okay, cool. All right, let's roll.
Okay. And again, so now my axe is the only weapon. I don't have a shield, so I don't get a second die. So I'm going to go ahead and try the smite again.
You can have a shield if you want it.
I can't with my axe.
Oh, right, with your axe, yeah. Okay. My guy's going to go on defense, so he's going to use his shield for defense, for armor. He's going to attack you with his sword, but he is not going to use a feat quite yet. Okay.
Okay. Ooh. I got a 10 and a 5, John.
10 and a 5. I only got a 3, so he's not going to do anything to you. But he is going to deny that 10.
Okay, cool. Then so I could still do 5 damage to him, but he's using his shield defensively. He still gets his armor, which means it's probably only going to do 1 point of damage to him, correct?
Depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think what I want to do is I'm going to use it as a gambit to impair him.
To impair him? To impair
his
the
weapon.
All right, so you're going to lock up his sword? All right, cool. So he failed his spirit check to not get fatigued with deny. So he doesn't have deny, he doesn't have smite anymore. Now he has to make
I need to roll for mine too.
Why? What did you do?
I did a smite, remember?
You already did it though, right?
I did it once, and then I did it this round too. You can do it over and over.
Okay, yeah. Then go ahead and roll.
Okay, cool. I made it a 7.
7. Oh, you still have it. Okay, great. All right, so Ruin's gonna make a Vig save to try to ignore the impair, and he fails it. I'm rolling really high, which is really bad in this game. All right, so you lock him up, right? You can you describe it, or do you know it?
Yeah. So like, I'm basically like, I use my heavily, mailed gauntlet, and I catch his sword with my gauntlet on the flat, and just tuck it under my arm, and I'm going to bash him in the head with my spiked elbow from my brutal plate.
Okay, cool. So his weapon is now impaired, which means it can only do a D4. So he's going to attempt to break out of that. So he's going to use his shield now offensively. So he's going to use a D4 for the sword and the D4 for the shield.
And I'm going to do smite again.
Okay.
I'm going to smite until I can't smite anymore, boys. All right, ready? I got a 12 and a 5.
Oh my goodness. I got a 3 and a 2. So it's not going to do much.
I'm going to use my my gambit then to bolster my attack. So I'm doing 13 points of damage.
Oof. Okay. So that is going to lay him low. Remember, he's not dead, but do you want to describe it?
Yeah. So after, I'm just going to headbutt him in the face, and he's going to fall down. And then I put my axe like right at his throat and ask him to yield.
Okay. I yield, sir. I yield, sir. He's actually relatively cool. He's a pretty good sportsman about it. He does the typical thing, right? He kind of coughs up blood because it was pretty vicious there when the melee actually started. But he offers up his blade to you, and then
I'm going to help him up, and then I return his sword to him hilt first, and then I take some of the blood off of his, that he coughed on my helmet or on my, and I make another hash mark.
Nice. He takes it in stride. He actually laughs a little bit. And whenever you help him up, he appreciates the gesture. And then he actually raises your hand up to the crowd and presents you to the crowd, right? Like, your winner, like that. And everyone's like, wah, rah. Right. So he sort of maintains his honor. He seems to be a relatively cool guy. All right. So that sort of broke the rules of the semi, because there wasn't 3 passes. And the reason I did that is because you both knocked each other out of your horses at the same time. So we just moved into a melee. Okay. So, cool. But you are the victor now. You are going to be in the finals of the joust, sir.
Wow.
Sir Malachy. All right.
So I don't want to say it to me. Get my ass handed to me next time. All right.
Okay. Now, Sir Meridian, it is your turn to ride. Now, there are other rides going on. Remember, they're going on with people fighting against each other that are off screen. But so Meridian, you have drawn, unfortunately, a very bad card.
Oh, no.
For you are going to be riding against Sir Amboise of the Field, the Knight Commandant of the Sidereal Guard. This is the one that Sir Ogun mentioned, by the way. Right. Remember, no R in Amboise. Sir Amboise of the Field is the Amber Knight of House Hippotrophius. He is wearing ancient mail. If he gets in melee, in the melee, he's been fighting with a great blade. He is statuesque, regal, slow-moving, not from any impediment, but just because he can. And he has a strong, sonorous voice. His heraldry is 3 crossed blades in quarter with a white horse. The white horse, of course, is the sign of House Hippotrophius, who you can probably guess where their money comes from. He is every inch the regal, competent knight, not gussied up like Sir Ogun, but very, very hard looking, right? And he gets up on a massive charger that is just as hard looking as he is. Snorts in the cool morning breeze. And he slams his helm down, yanks the lance from his squire, and levels it at you from about 50 yards distant.
Pretty awesome since I've never done combat in this game. I barely understand how it works, so this is going to be a fun one.
This is going to be great. It's a teaching lesson.
Hey, question, John, not to wheedle, because I don't know how it could help me other than the drama of my death. You we can't use our special abilities. So, like, aka my reflecting damage thing is off the table.
What is it again? I'm going to basically
when I'm wounded, the attacker suffers the same amount of vigor loss as me. When I'm scarred, the attacker gets the same scar. That's off the table, you said, like the special abilities.
Yeah, I think so. Just to kind of make it more like a level playing field sort of thing. Yeah.
However, could I attach my hushing bell either to my lance or to my steed so that while this joust happens, nothing is heard but the bell as we come clashing? It's dramatic.
For flavor, that's fine. You will get no advantage, mechanical advantage.
No, there's no advantage. It's just that the roaring crowd will only be able to hear the bell as I get my shit wrecked.
It's very cinematic, actually, because it'd be like one of
That's why I like it, because it's cinematic.
The slow-mo, and then like the sound drops out right before it clashes, right? Sort of thing. Yeah. All right, cool. All right.
So ready? I'll affix that to myself. No, but let's have a go for it. Okay. So, but here's the thing. I want to clarify. I normally have no armor. I now have plate for jousting.
Yeah, this is it is not, and it's not equipment that you just get to have from now on. This is just for the joust.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
that is 1 point of armor. My round shield, which I do have, is a 2nd point.
No, so here's the deal. You have without your shield, you have armor 3. If you decide to use your shield for defense, you have armor 4.
Gotcha.
But you can also use your shield as a weapon. Forgo the armor point and actually get another D4 to add to your die pool for attacking.
So David, let me just help you since you haven't done combat yet. Do your lance is going to do 1 dice. Okay. Do you just want to try and do like 1 thing a turn, or do you want the option of doing 2? It's kind of like using your shield to give you the extra D4 might 1 time in 4 give you a chance to do another gambit.
I'm definitely going to do the D4. So I'm going to use my shield, right? The lance gives me a D10 we determined. Or no, D12.
D10.
What was the D12 coming from?
That's from Smite.
That was from Smite. So that was an additional bonus. So default, I have 2 dice to roll if I'm using my shield to attack on a charge.
Correct.
If I decide to smite, I'm adding the 12.
And
I am not including go ahead.
Sorry, you had to decide if you're doing smite before you roll.
Before, yes. Yeah. It's listed on here. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, any other feat I choose to do happens after. Focus and deny both occur after an attack, and the gambits only occur if I get a 4 or more. So I understand mostly what's going on here. Okay.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So I am ready, John. I am not going to smite on my first round. I don't need to declare if I'm going to do one of the other feats until we roll, it sounds like, but I could go ahead and declare what I plan to do. I don't know.
You don't have to, but you just have to say what you're attacking with, like what your attack dice are going to be.
But I think in this scenario, I'll use my shield as well. So I'm going to do my shield and the lance.
Okay, so
offensively. So a D4 and a D.
Yeah, so D4 and a D10 is what you're going to be doing. Yeah. Right. And Sir Amboise is going to lead strong. He wants to put you in the muck immediately.
Smite.
So he's going to smite, and he's going to use his shield as a weapon and his lance. So he's going to use a D12, a D10, and a D4. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's roll them.
All right.
Oh my God, my dice will suck. You guys are so lucky.
Okay, I got.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. Mine were terrible too, but I'm fortunate, and then I didn't choose mine. I got a 3 and a 1.
Okay.
But I'm going to deny.
Okay, so I got a 5, a 1, and a 1, which is absolutely horrible. So you're going to deny, yeah? Okay.
And I'm going to deny the 5.
You're going to deny the 5. Okay, so make me a spirit save, please.
All right, I'm going to do that. My spirit is 15. All right, I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. Okay, so you succeeded. I also succeeded at my smite save, so he still has that as well. So we have all still have our feats left.
Sure.
So you deny what little damage he was going to do. So you see the lance, like he's like rumbling towards you, right? and you're just looking, you're keeping an eye on his lance the entire time, and then it steadies right at the last second, right? And he's like, he knows exactly where he's going to go. You read it, and at the last second, you just turn the shield and let it kind of glance to the side as he rides past, right? And so it shears off a couple of splinters, but that's about it. And you just go, but your lance doesn't find any purchase. Right, so you were like all the way on defense the entire time.
It was all defense. Like that was just sort of parrying. Yes,
right,
correct.
right. So, and you, so there's little, so there's no sound because of the hushing bell, just the ringing of the bell, right? And so it's very dramatic as you sort of just slide right by each other, and you wheel around again. The horses, and he sort of he's got his great helm on, right? So you can't see his face, but he sort of does that neck crick thing. He's like that, and he's like lower the lance again. He's gonna come at you again.
I'm ready.
That's
Same
the first
deal.
pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Score is a 0-0.
Okay, so I'm going to yet again use my shield and the lance.
Okay, he's doing the exact same thing. He is smiting.
Cool. I am not smiting.
Full force. What am I using? D10, D4, D12.
Oh, I'm rolling awful though. Jeez.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get mine up there. Mine's
it's fine though, because I know I have a plan.
2, and a 10.
Okay, well, I only rolled a 2 and a 1.
2 and a 1. Okay.
But I'm going to focus. All right.
Okay. You're going to focus,
and I'm going to use that to dismount him.
Okay.
Is it focus allows me to perform a gambit without using a die?
Yep, absolutely. Remember, this all happens simultaneously, so obviously his 1 and a 2 aren't going to do anything, but his 10 is definitely going to go straight to to damage, I think. All right.
Yeah.
So he still gets to make a vigor save in order to stay mounted. He makes it easily. So you attempt to rock him back, but it doesn't. His sheer force of his momentum carries him past your attempt to unbalance him, and he rams into your shield. Just splinters go flying everywhere. You can feel the body shock. You've got some sort of mark, like a rib, like some sort of imprint on your rib from the sheer impact of it. You go wheeling back on your horse, barely able to hold on. And you're going to take 10. So you
question though. Sorry, I'm confused. Does he get a save for dismount?
He gets a save. Yeah.
Where is that written? Because I didn't understand the rule. So,
for gambits other than bolster and move, the target receives a vig save to ignore the effect.
That makes sense. Okay,
only
cool.
If you do the strong one, then he does not.
That's
then
correct,
he doesn't. I misunderstood that. Okay,
so John,
I see.
while he's doing this joust, I'm going to be like.
Right.
You can't. No one can hear it because the bell's ringing.
Well, okay, but I'm going to get the whole crowd going. We will rock you.
All right. So am I about to get wrecked? Probably. Let's see.
So did you use your shield for an attack that round?
I did.
Okay, so you have armor 3, so it's down to 7, and so then you're going to take all whatever your guard is. What's your guard?
5.
Okay, so all your guard is gone, and now you're going to take 2 points of vigor down.
Cool. Perfect.
So what's your vigor now?
4.
4. Okay, and your max vigor is 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, if it gets down to half your current vigor, which now would be 2, you're mortally wounded. I would call that out of the fight.
Out of the fight. Sure.
Right. Okay. So yeah, but you're still in the horse, and you're just like sawing back. And forth.
Yeah.
Like, where am I?
Sure. It'd be great if I rolled better than a 2 or 3 on the next round, John, because I'm not appreciating this.
As you come to the end of the list and sort of wheel your horse around and try to right yourself, Davith comes running over with a little step stool, and he runs up to your level and actually rights your helm around because it's been twisted around on your head. And sets it down.
Yeah, rub it in, John. Come on. Jesus. All right.
Okay. That was pass 2. The score is now 1-0. Okay, so the he's coming at you again. He has to make a save for his smite again.
Sure.
He makes it. All right, so pass 3. He's going to put you down.
Come on, David.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing the same dice.
Same as me. I'm rolling.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy.
All right. Jesus. Well, I got an 8 and a 2.
Oh, that's not good.
Not a great splat, but I'm obviously going to deny the 12.
All right. I'm announcing for the audience. I got a 4, 4, and a 12. David got an 8 and a 2. I rolled pretty well that round. All right. So you're going to, first of all, let me make a save for my guy. Ooh, he just barely made that. So he still got the smite. Why don't you make a save for your deny? Spirit?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're
Got
good.
a 7.
Okay. So good. You deny that 12. So he's going to use 4 for damage and 4 for dismount. Okay, what are you going to try to do against him at the same time?
What can I do?
Not much. You can deny.
He already did.
I can deny twice.
You can deny the 12, but then you're just going to have to try and if he uses the 8 for the dismount.
Oh no, I already denied the 12.
Oh, okay.
Right. Already did it.
That was the feat.
You have an 8 to spend. So you can do, this is what you can do. You can do 8 damage.
That's true.
You can do a regular gambit, or you could do a strong gambit with that 8.
Strong gambit will automatically dismount him as well.
Would that cancel out his ability to do harm to me?
No, but at least you end up minimizing the amount of honor loss kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I'm losing this turn if I take damage, which I'm going to take. Yeah. So I'm just hold on.
Okay.
1 second. I mean, if I repelled the foe, this is where I'm curious, right? Because if things are happening simultaneously and my gambit is to repel, he does the damage and then runs, or does that negate his ability to do damage to me because I've repelled him with a strong gambit?
It doesn't really work for a joust. Like repel doesn't really do the thing. If you both end up on the ground and fighting, then repel would be a viable thing to do.
The best thing I could do is dismount him, but presumably, even though I'm dismounting him, he's doing me harm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically what I would do. I would dismount him.
You're going to dismount him.
Because there's nothing else I can do. There's really nothing else I can do. Yeah.
And remember that you can get creative with gambits too. It's not you're not just necessarily limited to that, but yeah.
Oh, I can make something up.
Well, other effect of a similar level of impact.
And
you can see with the strong gambit, it says you can choose one of the following. No save is granted to the target, so that would be your automatic dismount, right? Or you could do a greater effect, such as disarming an item, breaking a wooden shield or weapon, or removing a helm, right? This does not increase the damage from bolster. So with that one, the greater effect one, which is maybe what you're thinking of doing, he would get a normal save against it, but that would be the kind of thing where I would totally buy saying, if you could come up with some sort of cool narrative description, mitigating more damage. But it couldn't be just like a particular deny. You need to come up with some cool narrative thing.
I mean, the coolest narrative thing I could plausibly think of is essentially pulling a cowboy and realizing that I'm not going to be able to I don't know if this fits, but whatever. I'm whatever. Dodging to the side of my horse and having my horse take the blow, essentially. So I'm accepting a dismount. The damage is going to my horse rather than me, and then I'm on the ground. But I don't know if that seems cheesy to me. Aside from that, plausibly, the only thing I could think of doing is just
it's tough because you're under the strictures of the joust, right? So you do have to keep in mind.
I have to take the hit.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily.
Exactly.
But just, I mean, again, I don't really know. I leave it in your hands to determine if you can come up with something narratively. But yes, you would have to kind of think about what's honorable and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I can't think of a creative way to change the fact that I have 4 vigor and he has 2 strikes on me.
Yeah.
and I
That's
have
hard.
no guard. I have no guard left, right?
Mhm.
Does my armor is eliminated at this point permanently, or do I have
your armor's still good? Your armor's still good.
So I will. So basically, I'll take a point of damage for each hit, which will take me to 2, which will critically maim me, and I will be out of the combat.
Well, you have. Did you use your shield as a weapon or not? You did, right?
This time, again, yes.
So you have an ace. You have a armor 3.
Armor
so
3.
I would deal 4 points to you.
Yeah.
So you would go down 1 vig. So you would go down to what? 3.
I would go down to 3, but you have 2 4s you've rolled, but you only take the highest for damage.
I'm using one die, which is the 4 die.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Right, because I denied the 12, and you take the highest damage. It's not duplicative. You're not doing 4 damage twice. You're just doing whatever the highest one is.
That's correct. Yeah. And then I'm using the other 4 for a gambit.
And using the other 4 for the gambit. And your gambit was not announced yet.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to dismount you.
You're going to dismount me.
But you get a save because it's just a normal gambit.
So I will get a save against the dismount. I will take the 4 damage, but I will still have 1 vigor left. Sorry that this is belabored, but I'm trying to learn. I have 1 vigor left, so I won't be out yet, but I'll be very.
Wait, how much vigor do you have right now?
Sorry,
how much vigor do you have right now?
I have 4.
So you're just going to be down to 3 vigor.
Yeah. Oh, it's not 50% of my max; it's 50% of my current.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. And if you use your strong gambit to dismount him,
that's what I'm doing. Okay,
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry. Okay. Sorry, guys, listeners, everyone. I'm learning. Okay,
we're just learning.
I'm absolutely taking him. And in fact, I think knowing the position I'm in, now I've got something for it, right? Knowing that this is a famed knight, that he's incredibly strong, et cetera, et cetera. My display of bravery in this moment, I think, is essentially leaning into his strike to dismount him. I am basically allowing myself to be vulnerable so that I can get a hit on him and just bodying the entire strike from him, which is like a show of insanity, really, but right, like a sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So make me a vigor save.
Okay. It's not going to go great. Yeah, it's a 14. I fail it.
Okay. So you're going to drop down to 3 vigor, and you're doing the 8 is a strong gambit to dismount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you bodily heave yourself at him, and you both tumble into the ground on his side of the list, and you the crowd goes absolutely insane as you do so, and you come up, and you've got your you call out for your squires to hand you your weapons.
He's okay. I've got this. He's just got a great sword and giant ancient mail on. We're good. I'm ready. Okay, so now I'm down to my hook axe.
Okay.
You still have a shield if you want it. You can still use the shield.
I have my shield, my hook axe, and I have throwing axes as well. But I don't think that's very knightly in a joust, so I don't think I'm going to start throwing axes at him. Cool.
Okay, so let's see. Now let me give it back up to here. All right. He still has his smite, so he's going to smite you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's roll.
Jeez, man. Louise. I got a 1, 1, 2, 7.
I got a 1 and a 5.
Did you keep your deny, David?
That's what I'm about to do. It's a deny. I didn't declare.
You saved. I can't remember if you saved to keep your deny.
I think I rolled it. I can roll it again. I'm pretty sure John called it.
You made it, right?
I'm pretty sure I made it. I made it and failed the vigor. I mean, I have a 15 spirit. That's the one thing that I'm pretty bolstered on.
So you're denying.
Okay, I got a 5 and a 1. I'm going to deny his 7.
Okay, make a spirit save.
I succeed again with a 12, just barely that time.
Okay. He can't do anything else.
Sorry?
He can't do anything else.
Yeah. And with my 5, I can make a gambit with my attack, correct?
With your
or you
5.
can do damage.
Or I can do damage. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I am going to... impair his weapon the next turn.
Okay, he gets a save against that. And he makes the save. So unfortunately, you were not able to get to press in on him.
Fine.
Yeah, he still has all of his vigor. So he's doing quite well.
You know what? I'm meeting him as hard as I can.
You're going up against him. He is using sort of shock and awe, both on the horse and dismounted, to sort of like overwhelm you the entire time. But you're not accepting it like the way he wants you to accept it, right? So now that you're on the ground and he did his first furious series of strikes against you with his huge, massive great blade, he now takes a step back, and you can see he's heaving a little bit, and he's like assessing you a little bit more. But you can tell that behind that closed visor, he's looking for every possible weak spot, and he sees a lot.
Yes, and what I'll say out loud. It is good to finally get to know you, Sir Embois. To truly know you.
That feeling, he like heaves his like, is mutual, sirrah. The honor is mine. And he lunges to attack you again.
Sure he does. Okay, let's do this.
Eat his ass, David.
Okay, all right. It's not great, but it's better than I expected. I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay, smiting. David got a 5 and a 4. I got a 2.
That's confidence. No?
3, a 4, and an 11.
Okay, well, I'm denying the 11.
Okay, make this spirit save.
I got an 8. I succeed.
Okay, cool. He's going to, he is, I think I'm going to do just straight up damage with that 4. You're pretty close, so.
Yeah, I'll say. I am going to.
You could do 2 gambits. You could do 1 gambit and a damage.
I'm gonna do 2 gambits. I'm going to repel the foe away from me. I'm going to pair their weapon.
Okay.
Or bolster.
No, I'm not doing the damage right now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
He gets
repel.
I'm trying to stun lock him. Basically, I'm trying to repel him and impair him.
He saves against the repel,
and
he barely saves against the impair. Yeah. He is just a wall of solid iron.
No, I understand he has a high vigor
that you cannot get through. Yeah. Meanwhile, he comes down hard on you. Your armor takes the brunt of this blow, but it does ring through you pretty solidly. So it's going to be 4 damage, which I believe is what 3 is soaked, right?
Yeah, 3 is soaked. I take.
So 1. You're going to go down to 1. You're now at 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you will be out if you take any more damage. Understood?
All right.
Right.
We're fighting to the end. Rolling again, baby.
All right, let's do it. Oh, he has to make a big save for smite. Makes it. So he's smiting again.
Okay.
I got a 9, 10, 4.
Jesus Christ. Well, I got a 6 and a 1. Hey. I feel proud of the 6.
All right, we'll make that 6
count. Yeah. How excited. I'm obviously. Here's the thing. Deny is pointless. So I'm going to try to focus and get 2 gambits.
Okay.
I am attempting, and this is being a little whatever, maybe it's rules, to again repel and impair with the idea that I'm essentially parrying this barrage of attacks. The repel being kind of like a shoving him away from me. Now, again, this begs the question: does repel occur on the next turn of the current one? Because it's repel a foe away from you, and impair says a weapon next turn. So repel sounds like it's happening in this turn. Yes.
Well, yeah, but obviously it's not going to be something where like repel just is the same as
absolves the damage,
right? Yeah.
Okay, okay. So then I won't repel. What I'll do is
You could try to think of something creative if you wanted to, because you know that this is lost. So it's only about the manner in which, the only way that the manner in which you lose. So
exactly,
you could come up with some kind of cool gambit to sort of make this a cool dramatic moment. He would still get to save, of course, but whatever.
No, of course. Why don't we follow the same theme that we used before? This isn't really a gambit, but I think it's visually interesting, right? I was doing this mimicry of motion, right, when I was doing the earlier fights. And in this case, I think I'm going to take on that same affect. I'm going to clock his movement, seeing the peril that I'm inevitably going to do. I'm going to drop my weapons. I'm going to mimic his strikes. And as he strikes me with his weapon, I'm just going to tap my finger in the same place that he strikes me with my fingertip and then fall.
On him,
as if on him, right? So you could call it a game, but my idea is I'm trying to flourish in such a way that I knew exactly how he would take me down, and I accepted it. And my indication of that is touching him in the exact place that he arms me. Is that a fair thing to use two gambits on narratively?
Sure. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. All right. So let's see if he's strong enough to overcome your dramatic gesture.
There you go.
Theater kid power right there, boy.
Theater kid, baby. The mirror and I rolled for it. It wasn't my.
Okay. So the impression that you get face to face, and that your fellow knights do, and the crowd does, is that Sir Amboise of the Field, though he be a member of the hated Tetracephalon, is not to be underestimated.
Sure.
As you attempt to kind of convey to him that I know exactly where you're striking, sir, but he brushes your hand aside in the same stroke that he does of slamming you to the ground. And as you go to the ground, he takes his great blade, overhands it, stabs downwards, and it goes like right to the side of your head, right? Just like right into the ground. Think. And he says very quietly, so that only you can hear it, he says, "Do you yield, sir?"
Your victory is earned. It was a pleasure.
You were a very fair combatant. You have lost no honor this day, and you have honored me in fighting, in combating with me. And he picks you up
as UI, yeah.
Okay, and then the crowd cheers for Amboise of the Field. Bah, bah, bah. The Sidereal Guard loves it. You know, they're all happy as well. Okay, so Sir Meridian, you have not advanced to the finals. That's okay, but you'd have not lost any honor. In fact, it could be quite the opposite. Now, you didn't gain the mechanical glory, of course, but the fact that you held your own against Sir Amboise of the Field. What do we do? Two or three passes, and then you actually bodily threw yourself to help to dismount him at the same time. Sir Amboise of the Field is not the kind of guy that gets dismounted very often at all. So the tales will be told for well into the night, if not even beyond in the next couple of days as well. But Sir Meridian advances. Now we are. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sir, you both are M's. My fault. Sir Malachy advances to the finals, and we will say, for the sake of drama, that it is, of course, Sir Amboise of the Field.
Oh.
And the bloody
Hey,
Knights.
Mike, I went 5 rounds with him. How many rounds can you go?
Not as many, dude. There's no way.
So we're a little bit pressed for time, and I don't want to pick this up the next time. So why don't we adjust this? How can we adjust it? Because let's just play it out for now.
Okay.
I don't want to do like a best of 5, but maybe a best of 3. Let's just see how dramatic things go. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is the final thing, right? So there's actually I wrote it down that there'd be actually 4 nights. So there'd be two jousts, and then those winners would play each other. But we're not going to go that far. We'll just say it went to the top 2, and it's going to be Sir Malachy and Sir Amboise of the Field. And the crowd is split sort of down the middle. They like the underdog, the newcomer, Malachy, but Sir Amboise is a crowd favorite, right? It's Actopion's champion sort of thing, right? The Knight Commandant of the Sidereal Guard, the whole 9 yards. So there's lots of bets changing hands, a lot of that going on. But you can tell the Bloody Knight does not have good odds. Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
This
is jousting, correct? We're jousting?
The jousting, yeah.
All right, man. I'm going to be using a smite.
Smite.
Hey, does my vigor go back up or is it still at 10?
It's still at the same.
Okay.
Yep.
David, I really wish you'd done a little more damage to him. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, ready?
Ready.
All right.
I got
7.
a 3.
Oh, go ahead.
I got a 3, 3, 4, and 11. And you got?
I got a 7, a 7, and a 1.
And a 1. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
No bueno. I'm going to try and deny his 11, John.
I'm going to deny your 7.
Okay.
Let's make spirit saves.
Sure. Okay, spirit. Oh, I got a 13 and I needed a 14, so I made mine.
I succeeded on mine. I also have to make a vig save for my smite. Did you smite?
I did, and I will make a save there too. And I made it by 5.
Me too. Okay, so we still have all our feats left. Okay. So the denies take effect. So I'm left with basically a 4. You're left with a 7.
7. And I'm going to be going for a dismount.
Going for a dismount. Okay. I'm going to go for... let's see.
So you can use more than 1 feat in a round. I misunderstood that. Well, it's fine. I would have failed a big save on the smite anyway. I understand now. Okay.
Wait. Each feat can only be used. Each feat can only be used once per attack by each combat. Each feat.
Right. You can't do 2 smites.
I misread that as only 1 feat per round, but yeah, it's specifically any feat.
We were doing it right. Yeah. Right. Let's see. I am going to. I think I'm gonna impair your weapon.
That activates for next round, correct?
The next round, yeah. So it'll be something like where I snap your lance or something and you don't realize it, and so you turn around to come at me again, but it's broken. That sort of thing. Cool. If it works, fine. Right? All right. So vig save for you, vig save for me for both of our gambits.
I failed my vig save by 2.
I made my vig save. Okay, so he is. You are unable to dismount him. He leans forward in the saddle, and doesn't do any damage to you. But actually, we'll say it's completely defense. Like he meets your lance head on with a shield, and it snaps that point of that lance. You think you got a good hit on him. You turn around in the lisp, and you realize, and it's not until you're going full force again on the second pass that you realize that you don't have a point to your lance. So you are now down to a D4 with that lance.
So I'm going to be rolling a smite again, John, and then I'll roll a D12 and 2 D4s, 1 for my shield and 1 for my broken lance.
Got it. I am smiting.
Okay. I got a 9 and a 4 and a 2.
9, 4, 2. I got a 1, 4, 6.
Okay. I'm going to try and deny his 6.
What was the 9 from?
The 9 is from my 12-sided for my smite.
Oh, the smite. Okay. I was like, okay. Wait. That might not work. Hold on 1 second. Impaired attacks roll D4 only and cannot gain bonus dice or benefit from feats.
Oh. Well. Fuck you then.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, Mike, listen, I didn't know I could have been using my 15 clarity and spirit to do both focus and deny that whole last combat round.
Well, then I'm going to still try and do the deny for his 6.
Okay, cool. All right, so make your spirit save.
Okay. And I made it by 10.
Okay, I made my big save to keep smite. So you're going to take away his 6. I'm going to attempt to dismount you with my 4.
I'm going to also attempt to dismount him with my 4.
Okay, let's roll big saves.
I got a 5. I made it by 5.
I made mine as well. Okay, so that's second pass.
Okay, now can I get a new lance, or is he still going to be?
Now you can get a new lance. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go again.
Smiting.
I'm still smiting away.
Oh, brutal roll for me.
Wait, so this is our third pass, right?
It's third pass, yeah.
Oh, I just dropped my 4-sided. I need to re-roll another one. Okay, that was not useful, but I got a 6 and a 4.
Okay. I just need to make a Vig save for my smite, which I succeed.
That as well. I will make a Vig save for my smite as well. And I got a 3. So my 20-sideds are actually loving this game because I always roll like shit.
This round is all you. I only had a 1, 2, 3. Nothing will get through.
All right. I am going to use my 4 to dismount him, and I'm going to do a 6 for damage.
You want to do a focus for a free gambit, or can you not do the clarity save?
My clarity is a 3, brother. It's not even.
Okay, that's why. Okay,
and I don't want to I don't want to risk being fatigued.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just putting it out there.
What are you doing for it again? You're doing dismount and what?
4 for dismount and 6 for damage.
Okay. Doing the dismount save. Vig. He finally fails a Vig save. I rolled an 18 on the die. Just so you know, since it's over now, he had a Vig 17. He was nasty. Brutal. In addition, that was his thing. And then you're going to do damage to him as well, but that doesn't really matter. How much did you do? 6?
I did 6.
Yeah, that would.
His plate just sucks it up.
Yeah, his plate would suck it up enough that it would only go to his guard, so it wouldn't actually do any real damage. But you do it where it counts. So it's not so much like the impact of the blow; it's sort of like where you placed it. Right? He's overconfident. He thinks he's got you. He's got all the time in the world. It doesn't matter to him how many passes it takes. So he was overconfident, and you slip underneath his guard, and you just knock him straight back off his horse, just solid thunk onto the ground. And you were still atop your horse. The crowd goes absolutely ape shit. Just cannot believe it as you have unseated the Knight Commandant of the Sidereal Guard, Sir Amboise of the field. And he stands up and approaches you on your horse below. He sort of grabs the reins a little bit just to kind of hold him steady. And he proffers his great blade hilt first towards you.
I take it. I get down off my horse and I take it, and then I offer it back to him hilt first. And we both raise our arms together because it was a great match.
Cool. Crowd loves it, goes crazy. You are brought before Queen Ingelmara, the Empty Knight, and now you see that all of the lords of the realm, Lady Ruin, Master Fallowfield, Lord Totenstern, all the progeny, all the court is looking just at you, only at you, Sir Malachy, the Bloody Knight, and you are recognized by the Queen herself as the Knight Paramount of this year's Sceptremass. Yeah, it's pretty cool. One thing that we didn't do that I should have brought up and I totally forgot was to stake glory on this. So I'll go over what it would have looked like, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, so you're not going to lose anything, Mike. In a public duel or joust, knights may stake glory against a willing opponent. The victor gains 1 glory. The loser loses 1 glory. So it would have been something that maybe you may not even wanted to do, because if you had lost that, like for instance, if Sir Meridian had staked glory and lost, he would have actually lost the single glory that he has right now, the one he got from the Citadel.
But if it was that close, like the way David went with him, and the guy was like, that's no loss of your honor, would you just kind of like even it out at that point, like narratively?
No, I would have struck, because glory is different than honor for one thing. And it's a mechanical thing. So I think in the I would have kept to the mechanics, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, let's be fair here. There's no way I would have bet my 1 glory on fighting like the death death dealer of, Mythic Bastionland. So
that's fair. And I'll go with it, but this will make you happy though, because the very next paragraph is that's against any public duel or joust against a willing opponent. So you could have staked glory at any point during the tournament. However, tournaments may also grant 1 glory to the winning knight, provided there are significant spectators and spectacle. I would say this definitely counts. So you are the winning knight, Sir Malachy. You gain 1 glory for winning the entire tournament.
Nice.
All right. So congratulations.
That's awesome.
You now have 2 glory.
Woo!
Okay. The very last thing I want to narrate to you guys before we close up is that we'll make it dramatic, sort of like at the very height of the celebration for the tourney, like the night afterwards, and you guys are all getting drunk and raising Sir Malachy on high, and people are coming up to Sir Meridian as well and saying, like, I've never seen such bravery in the face of such a foe, and everyone's asking you questions about where you came from and what deeds have you done, and yada yada yada, all very welcoming. When you're probably in some sort of pavilion tent or something like that, the ground itself suddenly shakes with fury. Cookware, pottery, everything goes tumbling off the ground. Some tables are actually overturned, chairs fall back, children scream, men shout out in alarm, blades are drawn, and no one really quite knows what's going on as they're kind of holding on. Then and the whole ground is shaking everywhere. You rush outside to look to see what's happening in the nighttime, and you see that everyone's in confusion. Everyone's sort of peering out their windows or looking around. Most people are drunk and like looking to see what happens. And then you see fingers pointed up on high to the east, and you see in the dark sky that there is a red menacing glow that is emanating from the tops of both Boreas and Notos, the peaks. They haven't erupted, but there's something brewing in there. Okay?
Right.
All right.
And that dampens the spirit of Sceptremass a little bit as everyone looks very, very worried all of a sudden. Okay?
I would imagine so.
Yeah. I guess the Adamant Expanse is volcanic.
Yeah, so do you, for next session, do you want to pick it up here in Actopeion? It doesn't have to be like the same point, but if you have other stuff that you'd like to do in Actopeion, talk to people, ask about what just happened, milk your victory more here in town, we can do that. Or we can pick it up right here, like right in the nighttime during the revelry. It's up to you. Or we can completely skip it and move forward.
I mean, I guess we got to talk with the other guys, but we should probably, I think we should go investigate the fiery peaks of death.
What I was, again, narratively, I think cutting to investigating the peaks or whatever makes sense. My caveat there, as I know, Ted especially wanted to come to town and talk to the Queen.
Right.
And whether that was just to attend Sceptremass and that's occurred and therefore he's satisfied, or there's another thing he's planning, I'm not sure. That's my only hesitation. I know he's not here, but I know, that'd be my, otherwise I would say let's cut to the drama of figuring out what's going on a few days later, et cetera. But
remember too, like a lot of these events that you have no control over are not going to be like the D&D or Ardenville sort of thing where I have like a set calendar, like, well, if you stay for a season, then all this shit's going to happen. Right. Like it's all about like building a legend and a story. So if that's what you're kind of feeling, I do remember sort of Ted was definitely jonesing for that from day one. I'll propose this. What you could do is say like, hey, we're going to spend like the rest of the season here in Actopeion.
Sure.
Like one way or the other, right? And then we can just sort of like do like little vignettes from your stay in Actopeion for however that long that is.
That's cool.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense? Do you want to do that? I mean, I'm not pressuring you.
No, I like that a lot.
You could also just tell me like we're going to spend like one more week in Actopeion, then we're out.
Well, I want to give Ted and Matt a chance to like, move around and breathe in the space a bit,
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Let's do that.
So let's get a call for that for now, and we'll talk to the guys on Discord and we'll hammer it out. But I dig that. Okay. All right. That will do it. That was a cool session, guys. Hope you guys
I thought it was all going to be role playing, but it was all combat, man. That was a mic session. Hardcore mic session.
You got a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will do it. Thank you, everyone, for watching and or listening to episode 5 of our Mythic Bastionland Adamant Expanse campaign. This has been 3D6 Down the Line. Don't forget... is there anything to forget? No, we did all this at the top. Never mind. So yeah, but thank you to all of our patrons, our explorers, our delvers, and of course, especially our conquerors. Mike has the distinct pleasure tonight to read those names aloud. Go forth, Mike.
Hello, thank you. Okay. Bad Quail, Black Knife Media, Noah Green, Chad vs. Lewis, Lost Among the Stars. It's very poetic. I like that. Phytobot, Eric Leander, Sir Reluctant Knightsy, Bastionland, Menelaus, Governor of Schaddengard, Dapper Dinosaur, Beerwin, Glintwine, Incunabuli. Incunabuli? How do you say that one again?
I say incunabuli.
Incunable. I'll never. That's my new erudition.
There you go.
The grossed out because dwarves never clean up after the Kinky Times night. Gross. Lucifer, Chris Ackroyd, Jaron Goodman, 3C_273, Narrative Erection, Adam McKinney, Slaps Roof of Conquerors list. This bad boy can fit so many phallic references in it. Aromatic portrait of Ted smelling whiskey, 300 GP. I don't know if that was the same one or two separate people.
Yeah, two separate.
Soul Slur, Ryan Gunter, Chris Harvey, Bren Knee Cleaver, Sorcerius, Bob Toasters, Chris Milan DM, Cranbox, Oxian, Erica, Hunkering Like Commoners, Iron Knights, All Right for Fighting, Roasted Hogsmeade Campaign Crux, Awkward Silence, Squire to Sir Mike, Dogleaf, Mike Butts, Old Birdie Lickus Stickus, Z Billable but much needed refractory hour, John Buchek, Eric Mater, Mark Dyson, Carl Stephenson, Necrotic Gnome, Derek B, Bob Seeger's Night Moves, Eric Manley, Iron Fox Gaming, Boogie Knight, Jeff, Jofo, Brutes Monkeys, the Hot Dog Night of the 7-Eleven Rolling Table, The Mighty Martian, Noah, AJ, Brad Kerr is my goat, Brett Sullivan, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Chris Rao, Benjamin, Steve of Bill and Steve, King of Joops, Todd, Hex Brawler, Jake Scott Porto on his Lardbird bow. Nice. Steve, Jeff Marino, Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami MD, Yesterday's Glory, Richard Barton, Christian Carter, Dungeon Maestro, Tucker Kidd, Good Night, James, Chris Loricella, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Saps. Now it's time for the Davids. Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett, Mercury 605, Squire Quinn, The Knight of Davids, Procyon, Dakota Nielsen, Muzz J. Grobliano, Cameron Moss, Stephen Casenberry, John and La Logan, Kabrowskis, The Bruised Knight, Phil, It Was a Dark and Stormy Night, Rocket Frog, Eric Sai, The Socratic Circle, Jeff Szymanski, Eric Lawson, Mando NZ, Faisal Bouchwareb, Jimbo WA, Ted Gast, Taro Throat Sheaf Mud Clump. It's not okay. It's not okay. Andrew Schroker, Jason Jones, Michael Schilling, Stefano Di Maiolo, Ash Gabrielle, Chongus, Hex Brawler, Josh is here for Ribblemead's Goats. Arno, Iona, Michael Walker, Mother of Romulus, Han Dandler, Sean Ellis, Summon Toast, Too Rude, Too Ishvin, R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adam, Scott Earsley, Kick Maniac, Diagrew, Tom Eric Gerritsen, Matthew Mattis, Mads the Danish Matt Dwarf's better than Mike. Y'all got to change that one. It's just not true. Matt Walsh and Matt Young.
Awesome. Good read. Wow. That's again, pleasantly long list. Thank you so much for all your support, guys. We really do appreciate it. We hope you've enjoyed episode 5 of Mythic Bastionland, and we will see you next time. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.
Thanks,
Thanks,
John.
John.